Okay, this is exercise. Exercise 14C, question 2, part A. This is all about using your calculator to find the tan of an angle, which is in radians. So the first one is, what is tan of 1.6? So bringing up the calculator, and make sure you're in radian mode, which I covered in an earlier video. Hit enter, get a scratch pad. Bring up the trigonometric functions, click on trig, and go across to tan, select that, and then put in 1.6, and enter. So 2 decimal places, that's minus 34.23. Oops, that was 8. B is the tan of minus 1.2. Trig functions, across to tan minus 1.2, enter, minus 2.57. C, tan of 136. Now they're being a bit tricky here because they've now decided to start using degrees. Now if your calculator is already in radians, you can switch the default, but the little trick I showed earlier is you can actually use the degree symbol. So if you bring up on the trig button, trig functions, go to tan, type in the 136. Now if you want degrees, click Control and, nope, don't that one. Control and book. That's it. You get a bunch of symbols, not just to look nice, but actually do affect how the calculation works. And you actually have the, come on, it's all gone. Whoops. Human. There we go. So go across. Nope. Calculator's having a good day. Just a second. I'll restart it. Right, back into scratch pad, hit enter. Trig functions, go across to tan, type in the 136. Now it defaults to radians, so at this point it would work out the tan of 136 radians. We actually want 136 degrees. So control and book, brings up the symbols, and go across until you get to degrees, and then enter. So the answer is actually going to be given in, oops, in radian values, which if you work that out into a decimal will be minus 0.97. Alright, D is the tan of minus 54 degrees. Back to the calculator. Let's bring up the trig functions. Oops. Trig, go across to tan, and it's minus 54. It's degrees, so put the degree symbol in, click Control, book, select degrees and enter. So that's a little bit complicated, but if you evaluate that to 2 decimal places, it ends up being minus 1.38. E is the tan of 3.9. Now a little bit slack here. They've assumed because there's no symbol that it's going to be radians. So sometimes you see the little R. Some places use a little C. Just to make sure you know what unit you're dealing with, which helps you when you're typing things in, obviously, to the calculator. So click on trig functions, go across to tan, type in 3.9. Now the calculator actually defaults at the moment to radians, but a little trick again. If you're not sure what it's defaulting to, as well as the degree symbol, you can use, there's a little R symbol, which is radians, and enter. So that is 0.95. And next one, F, the tan of minus 2.5. Let's put it in the calculator, trig, across to tan, minus 2.5. That's, I'll just leave it like that because the calculator has been set to radians. Enter. That equals 0.75. And the last one here is the tan of 239 degrees. So this time they've actually told us it's going to be in degrees. So on the calculator, click on trig, select tan, type in the angle. Again, this will be in radians. We can force it to use degrees, control and book symbol, and just go back to degrees and enter. And if you evaluate that to a decimal, you get 1.66.